Hello, my soul brothers and soul sisters. I am Ron Smith, and this is the Dr. Ron Smith Investigate Show, where we separate the real from fake, the fact from fiction, and give you the winner's edge. And sometimes we even turn your water into wine. Today, we're doing something a little different. He has returned, gospel recording artist Donnell Cephus, and we're going to play one of his hot tunes that's coming out, and he's going to talk about it, give us a little more depth. Is there any other flavor?
Lord is my strength, he's my song. Brought me along in spite of my wrong. All the while I was spitting lies. He was by my side, moving my loads to hide. God had a plan for this young man, acting like a rock star with a lot of fame. What I mean, he was behind the scene, took my dirty way and made him clean. All alone, see, I thought it was me making it happen, cause I wanted to be. In the end, I had to make amends and realize all I've ever had came from him. He's King of Kings and Lord of Lords. He's King of Kings and Lord of Lords. I said he's King of Kings and Lord of Lords. He's King of Kings and Lord of Lords. He's a king, y'all. He's a king. Yes, sir. Humble myself, put my pride aside, decide to take a lifelong ride on his word, which I heard when I was a child. Back in the day, I had lost my way.
Donnell, what made you write that song?
Well, Dr. Ron, first of all, I want to say it is a pure pleasure and honor to once again be on your show. I appreciate you and Cammie. And to answer your question, when I wrote the song, I wanted people to really think about that.
Okay.
My Christian belief and firm belief in God the Almighty. And so when I wrote the title of it, which is there any other flavor?
Right.
It's really what I'm asking is there any other God? And in my opinion, there's only one.
Amen. Amen. Donnell, since the last time you were here, we have some new viewers. So let's bring them up to date and tell us a little bit about yourself and how you get started in being a gospel recording artist.
Oh, okay. Love to. I come from a musical background family. My oldest brother, Louis Curtis Cephus, who passed away 8 years ago, he was a musical child prodigy.
Okay.
And I was greatly influenced by him because even as a little kid, I guess when I was maybe about 7, 8, 9 years old, sometime his band member would come over to the house and they'd be practicing. And there was time he would let me go to the studio as long as I was quiet and sit there and just listen to them. And it just amazed me how a group of different guys can come together with their talents,
right,
and just make such a beautiful song. And my brother was played all instruments. His main instrument was his voice. Played in various different types of bands, from R&B to Spanish music. He was very fluent in Spanish.
Oh,
and my mother sang. My older sister Kay sang. My brother Michael played the drums. So I just grew up around different types of music in Texas, and there's a lot of diversity.
Mm-hmm.
So I just took to it naturally and just wanted to do that. So everywhere I go, I'm always singing, humming something. Music is in my hair. I hear music in everything.
So did you learn how to play an instrument? Did he teach you how to play, or?
No, my brother didn't teach me. I was formally trained on the different 4 types of tubas.
Okay.
And by the time, just before I graduated high school, about 11th grade, I realized the opportunity to make money playing the tuba was kind of limited. Walking around Six Flags in Texas. So
you were in a marching band?
I was in a marching band,
okay.
a pageantry band. Matter of fact, my senior year, the if you recall the Dallas Cowboys Thanksgiving game, you always saw them unfurl a flag. Well, that was done by my high school alma mater, Temple High School, and that was the last year they did it.
Wow.
Because corporate got into it and realized that they can give us a little bit of food and get us opportunity to make money. So that's where it started from and everything. And I to answer your question, the other question, I taught myself to play the bass guitar.
Okay.
I no longer play that. My main focus is songwriting.
Okay.
I prefer to write the song and have people perform it, or sometimes perform it myself. But I've never had that desire to be the one on the stage. I love the job just writing a good song.
So tell us about your creative process. You know, I know different people, you know, they might see a situation they wanted to write lyrics to, or they might hear a melody in their head. Or, as a matter of fact, I even heard that interview with Pharrell that he see music in color. So what is your creative process?
Well, my creative process is, I would say, more natural. It's nothing I sit down and say, I'm going to write this particular song.
Okay.
It comes through me through different influences, primarily from the Word of God, from the Bible, from hearing my pastor, Pastor Calvin II, of New Life Gospel Baptist Church. When I hear sermons like him and other preachers, bishops, pastoring, if it hit me a certain way, out of that sermon, I may get an awesome lyric line or even a chorus. It just builds on it. Other times I'm just riding my e-bike and enjoying nature, and a situation come up and I just hear it. So it can come from anywhere, man, just anywhere. But this is some of the things where it comes from.
I was going to ask you this question,
And artists also.
and I wrote it down whether you like to record or live, but I think you already answered that. But you're doing both right now.
Yes. I am writing, and presently I am in the studio, Destiny Studios, owned by Mr. Bill Davis.
Okay.
Very good friend, and actually bringing my first gospel CD to fruition. So my expectation is that it will be out in January. Meanwhile, my music is being streamed on all the major platforms, Deezer, Spotify, iHeartMusic, iTunes, Apple Music, you name it.
Since the last time we talked, you had an experience over at Elizabeth City University.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yes. Just last month, let me go back. I met a lady named Sheila Lee. She was the director over the music program in there.
Okay.
And she's a fan of my music, and we got to talking, and she invited me to do a podcast with her.
Oh.
And I did that, and she's always kept me in mind. It just so happened about 3 weeks ago, they had a public music celebration of local artists.
Oh, okay.
And this wonderful lady retired at the end of last month, but before she retired, she called me up very excited, said, "Hey, I'm retiring at the end of this month. I want you to be on the program. We're going to feature your music for 1 hour, along with 2 other artists." She said, and each artist is going to be introduced by a different person. She said, "I personally want to introduce your music and tell the world about it."
That is awesome.
So,
awesome.
Yes. Great exposure.
Now you have interact with the Virginia Heirs of Suffolk and the Golden Trumpets. These are groups that are legendary in this region.
Yes.
What was that experience like?
Well, from the Virginia Heirs of Suffolk, I met 2 of the guys. Everybody knows me, I'm an avid pool player. And they were playing one day, and I gave them one of my flyers, from the song, and with the QR code on it. And we struck up a conversation, and they introduced themselves to me and asked me if I heard of them. And I said, "Well, I'm not from Virginia, but definitely I've heard of the Virginia Heirs."
Right.
And one thing led to another. So I asked them if they would, consider singing one of my songs, all right, because they're primarily a quartet group. They focus on that. And I wrote one particular song, "Jesus Is All Right with Me." And I played it for him. He liked it. And he said, we meet once a month. I want to take it back to the guys and let them listen to it and see what we can do. And, if it fits in, we would love to contribute to your CD. So that was with those 2 guys. And then the legendary Golden Trumpet, I met at a breakfast restaurant. I had breakfast, And these senior citizen guys, real nice group of guys, much older than myself because I've been around a while. They struck up a conversation. Okay. I told him a little bit about myself. He told me about himself. And he said, young man, he said, this is really great. He said, I'm going to listen to your music and stay in touch with us. And, we'll see where it leads. And I think it's wonderful because whatever level God takes me to, it's definitely an opportunity for me to have a legend, have someone established. Wow, man. I'm not blowing them up. They're blowing me up. Mm-hmm. So it's a mutual thing. It's beautiful. Yeah,
that's awesome. That's awesome. We're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to listen to a new song, which is I had it.
Glory to Glory.
Glory to Glory when we come back.
All right.
We are back, and this is the Ron Smith Investigate Show. I have a special guest, gospel recording artist, Donnell Cephus, and basically he has some new music out, and we're going to play Glory to Glory, and then we're going to explore some more aspects of this multi-dimensional gospel recording artist.
Glory to glory.
Wow. I really, this is my first time hearing it, and it's so catchy, as they say, it's so sticky. It was that your intent?
Well, my intent was this song was inspired by actual things going on in the world right now. As you know, we're living in divided times as a country. And a lot of people, when I listen to the news, listen to people talk, it sounds like a lot of people lost hope, especially after this election round, for whatever side you may have been for or not, And I wanted to do a song to let people know, never give up hope, that Jesus, he is, our glory, the hope.
Yes.
The Christ in us. So that's what inspired this song.
Oh, it resonates with me. I mean, it was just, you saw me rocking over here. I'm really getting into it. So far, I'm not grading each one of your songs, but I like this one just from, as they say, from the get-go.
Well, thank you.
That is awesome. As I mentioned before we took our break, Donnell is not one-dimensional. Tell us a little about your military service and your family background, and then we're going to get into what you actually pour your heart into almost on a daily basis.
Okay, I'll put on my DAV hat, stand for Disabled American Veterans. And yes, I'm a military veteran. I'm United States Navy retired. And I must say, I enjoyed every day I was in. It really was an honor, privilege. I'm very, very proud of that. My family is especially proud of me because out of 8 kids, I'm the only one, being a baby boy too, I'm the only one that went into the military.
Oh.
And so they really, really are proud of that, And but once I retired, I still wanted to be involved with our veterans. So I joined after having talked to an old Vietnam veteran. And he told me about the DAV. And he helped me with my benefits. Just about sharing information I did not know. So I joined the DAV chapter 21 out of Norfolk, Virginia, I must say. And I've been helping veterans ever since. The only purpose the DAV even exists is to be an advocate for our veterans' rights and benefits.
Okay, I know you retired, but you didn't tell us what was your I guess your job in the Navy.
For 16 years in the Navy, I was a communications specialist, and the last 4, I transitioned over to become a substance abuse counselor / director, and that's why I retired from military as.
What is the minimal qualification for a person who have been in the military and maybe got out? What is the minimal time of service that they have in order for them to start receiving benefits?
That's a great question, and I'm proud to answer this because and the simple answer is that if you serve a day in uniform in the military, you are a veteran. You are a military veteran. And I've had numerous people say, well, I'm not really a veteran. And I said, well, did you serve? They said, yeah, I was in the Army, but I only served 3 years. No, you are a veteran. See, I always, one thing I like to tell my veterans who don't think, I feel that they're a veteran, is that, they're by the grace of God go I. In other words, from day one, you join boot camp, and you may get sent somewhere where, unfortunately, you may be killed off, but that person may be killed. They're still a veteran.
Right.
I'm here by the grace of God and other veterans who watched over me and, mentored me and taught me and loved me. So I'll always give back. So
what are some of the benefits that a person who might feel that, I'm not old enough to be a veteran, or, I was just, E4, E2, E3.
Well, we have our DV chapters, most chapters. We have a monthly meeting that a person can attend A lot of times live. I mean, actually come to the chapter. We also Zoom as well, simultaneously. So there's lots of ways people can do it, and come and get information if they feel in the heart to come and join and give back, and take away any doubt that they are a veteran,
Okay.
So that's what we do to help as far as benefits, whatever we can. We not just financially, but we have veterans who are homeless. We have veterans who have gotten behind on bills. We have veterans who have lost loved ones, spouses who have, lost their spouse and don't have means or don't know about how do I bury them, give them a proper burial. Well, these are some of the things and many, many more that DAV do. One of the biggest things we do is, like I said, we advocate and to
Okay.
make sure that they know their benefits, know their rights, and help them live a better quality of life.
So basically, it's the same medical or legal or even the social network that you're talking about. You are able to actually connect them with, the providers for that.
Absolutely, we have a ton of resources for our military veterans. One thing my mother used to always tell me is, "Son, sometimes you just got to ask the question. It's okay to ask for help. No person can do it alone." So I'm always encouraged. Everywhere I go, I never really take off my DAV hat. I'm looking for my veterans. I see a sign, whether they're wearing a hat, a shirt, or something to indicate they're a veteran. One question I do is I'll introduce myself. Say, "Hey, how you doing?" They say, "I'm making pretty good there." I say, "I know you're a military veteran." Yeah. Yes, it is. Are you getting benefits? Are you getting any disability benefit? And it goes from there. So I'm trying to meet up them where they are.
What has been, do you think, the disconnect from veterans? Because, I've seen veterans, on side of the intersections with signs that I'm a vet, or I'm homeless and I'm a vet. What do you think is the reason why they have made that transition and actually reach out and get help?
Well, I heard a guy, let me answer the saying this. I heard old joke very briefly. The guy goes he's sitting into a bar, and he had his dog, and the dog was sitting on a nail. He was just howling. And the guy said, "What's wrong with the dog?" He said, "Oh, nothing, he's just sitting on a nail." He said, "Well, why don't you just get off of it?" He said, "Well, I guess he ain't hurt bad enough." So my point is that when a person gets to the point where, hey, it's uncomfortable, unbearable, people tend to reach out. But we try to encourage people to reach out before they get to that point. Don't let a anthill become a mole or a mountain before you ask for help. But there are really a lot of resources, a lot of people that will and want to help.
And that, the help is available. We know there's a lot of military members who are, suffering from PTSD, and we're not trying to really make light of that. But there are 988 number that if you do need help or you have a family member that need help, please reach out and, make those contacts. And you might have to take the extra step and actually get involved in doing that. But I went to a fabulous a veterans program this past weekend. And of course, this past Sunday was the Marine Corps birthday. Hoorah.
Right.
And yesterday,
thank
thank you.
you. Thank you.
And yesterday was Veterans Day. And did you partake of any of the free meals or resources?
I did. I always participate, but the thing that I'm most proud of is the DAV chapters, not just ours, but DAV chapters 21, 20 others in this area, 27, 19. We have fundraisers at Golden Corral. Big,
okay.
Huge supporter of DAV, and they get the free meal there. And every year I go there as a fundraiser to greet the veterans, to speak with them, love on them, and let them know, appreciate your service, because too many feel like they've been forgotten. The younger generation maybe sometimes don't realize the sacrifice that these men and women have made. There's a saying in the military, I know you're familiar with it, it says all gave some, but some gave all.
True.
So,
And one of the things that I need to share this. We hear thank you for your service all the time.
mhm.
Oftentimes, we need to take that a little step further because each a veteran has a story behind their experience.
Mhm.
And sometimes that just sounds so cliche, and sometimes that can be a turnoff.
Mhm.
So we need to come up with a better slogan than thank you for your service without actually reaching out and getting to know that individual.
Right.
Being a veteran myself, I appreciate you saying that, but at the same time, uh, e- each veteran has their own story, and sometimes they want to talk, and sometimes they just want you a listening ear.
Yes, I totally agree with that, Dr. Ron. As a matter of fact, I would encourage people who don't know what to say or just saying, like you said, thank you for your service. I appreciate your service. You know, listen to a veteran. Sometimes the greatest we can do, whether you're a veteran or not, sometimes the greatest thing we can do is just listen to a person. Because, as human beings, I firmly believe we all just want to be heard.
Yes.
Not necessarily have somebody even fix our problem. But can you spare a few minutes just to hear my story? And that's all.
One of the greatest thing that I should continue to do more is that if you see a veteran, you buy him a meal, buy him a cup of coffee, or you see him at the gas station, pay for his gas. That is another way you could tell him thank you without having to do it on quote Veterans Day, where
Absolutely.
everyone is. And I guess my only point is that thank you for your service has become such a cliche that sometimes that can rub your fur the wrong way.
That's right. As a matter of fact, even in my vehicle, even as I'm sitting here, I keep some handmade sleeping bags that was donated to our chapter in my vehicle. Just so when I see a homeless veteran, particularly, but anyone, but especially a homeless veteran, I've got something that I can give them, especially as it's getting colder, they can use. And inside the sleeping bag, I have, basic hygiene stuff that they can use. And sometimes throw a few dollars in there.
Right.
Just wrap it. I don't tell them. I just give it to them.
Right.
Like Christmas time.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been my friend, my brother, Donnell Cephus, recording artist extraordinaire. Leave us with some words of wisdom.
Be true to yourself. Be kind. Be kind to people. You see someone, you never know what someone's going through. So be kind, love on them, and don't take life for granted.
Boy, that's the blessed words. Our time is up. I thank you for yours. Until next time, peace.